Good afternoon, everybody. Much better, much better. Guys, just before we start off, there's quite a few sort of important people on stage. We might get quite busy in here, a little bit busier than what we are. Guys, in the middle here, can you just sort of shuffle forward on your bums just a little bit? Just to give a little bit of room for the people at the back so that everybody can get in and see. There we go, amazing. Brilliant. Okay, so what's going to happen is we're going to have a really informal question and answer session. I'm going to hand over to the social media legend that is Lewis. But before I do, I want you guys to think of some questions. Mums, please refrain from fainting. I don't want any issues and no pause on stage. We've had issues before. No encouraging them, please. I know you sat there all cash. No encouraging them. So mums, no questions to Paul about whether he's single, any of that. It's embarrassing, okay? What we want is we want questions from the kids to these guys on stage, okay? Are you up for it? Yeah. Nah, that was terrible. You up for it? Yeah. Amazing. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to the social media legend, the Fiend. It is Lewis Mondrell.
Alright everyone, everyone enjoying themselves here? Yeah, you really sound like you are. Let's try that again, shall we? Everyone enjoying themselves? That was a bit better. Just out of curiosity, who's camping? Put your hands up if you're camping. Wow. Fair enough then. Any fans of the Bake Off here? British Bake Off? Good turnout. Any fans of the British Touring Car Championship? Well, we've got 6, 7 even lovely celebrities and British Touring Car drivers to chat to today. So we're going to start off with the man right behind me, Paul Hollywood. So Paul, you're everyone's favourite baker, and you've also been driving in one of the Chevy Cruisers from the touring cars.
Yeah, I was invited to come down and race one of the teams at the touring car, and of course I said, can I think about it? And straight away I said, absolutely yes. So I've had a bit of fun, although I've only been driving the car for 3 laps, and when you've got these professional guys all in front of you just taking off, it is quite scary. It's great, best view in the house though from the front, from the driver's seat of the car.
Now you've got a lot of experience, well, a good bit of experience of racing. You were racing Aston Martin in Brick Car, and you started that season off over second place.
Yeah, I race for Beach Team, and I ended up doing a Brick Car, a couple of GT Cups, and I was at the Le Mans this year doing the Aston Martin Festival. So it's great. I mean, getting a chance to drive other types of car, and it's been a real insight for me. And I've loved it. I love cars anyway. I'm a bit of a car nut. It's a shame Mary's not here, because Mary said she'd come in the car with me.
And finally, British Bake Off you finished filming for British Bake Off. It's back on soon. Yes. Just between me and you, who won?
Well, this year the Bake Off starts on Wednesday, and the winner is... Hello? Hello? I think someone with the mic, sorry. Now, Bake Off starts on Wednesday. It is fantastic this year. We've got a great lineup of bakers. It's the best tasting year we've ever done. And Mary was on top form. The girls are on top form. Innuendos every single week. It is ridiculous. And this year, for me, was the best year ever. And you're going to thoroughly enjoy it. I hope you love it.
Well, thank you very much, Paul. We'll hear from you again later when it's time for the audience to ask the questions. So we'll pass the mic on to Josh. Josh, your rookie season in the British Touring Car Championship, it's been going probably better to plan then, hasn't it?
Yeah, not bad. Had a few little offs, but yeah, we've done a bit of damage to the car. But that's what the touring car package is all about, really. But yeah, it's been a great first season. We've moved forward, and hopefully we can have another strong second half of the season.
Now, of course, Paul is in Dave's Chevrolet for these 3 days. Is there a chance that your team will be building a third cruise and having a third driver for next season?
To be honest, I think Dave's lost his seat now, so I think Paul's going to have that car for the rest of the season. Although he has broken it already. He did break it yesterday, but the team managed to fix it.
Well, thank you very much, Josh. We'll come back to you again later. Jason Plato is here, everybody.
With a second bottom, apparently. Is that a baking terminology? Yeah.
So, Jason, you're in a Volkswagen CC this season with teammates such as Colin Turkington, the reigning champion. I mean, it was such a surprise for people who aren't touring cars, to touring car fans here. Colin Turkington won the championship last season, and Jason Plato was his rival pretty much all year. Sorry, Matt and Gordon. And then next season we know that they're your teammates.
Yeah, it's great actually. You know, we're having a lot of fun, and I guess I'm a bit surprised by how well we're getting on, and I think Colin is as well. But you know, it's always good to have a teammate who's quick, who keeps you on your toes, and it's going good. And so far, I seem to have the upper hand at the minute. But you know, that can all change.
Now, I've been coming to Autumn Park for touring car weekends since I was 6, so I'm really used to seeing all the big like trucks with all the cars and the hospitalities and everything, and I'm sure you are as well. So is it weird seeing it not quite in the same format in such a more of a festival format?
Do you know, I think British touring cars could learn something from this. Because you know there's such a great atmosphere here, and there is the BTCC events. But I think we need tents like this, and we need more ice cream vans and fairs and rides and all sorts of stuff, and some bands actually. But it's Carfest is ace. It's my first time because normally it clashes with a race weekend, and we're having a load of fun. And it's a bit weird actually putting on a race suit, and not having your race face on because we're just here to have a bit of a giggle, but. It doesn't take long before we get on the track. That actually does start to get a little bit competitive, but it's good fun.
Now, next up we have Channel 4's very own Supervet. Noel Fitzpatrick is here.
Hello.
You alright, everybody?
So Noel, have you got a favourite car?
No, they decided to put one leprechaun among all of the people who know something about cars, right? I will bet that 99% of you know nothing about cars whatsoever, but you just like being here. Well, that's me. I like driving them fast, but I'll tell you something that I do have that these guys don't have. I have had a passenger who is a dog. I've had a passenger who is a sheep. I have had a passenger who is a calf. And I have had a passenger who is a small donkey. So, if any of you have had a small donkey in the passenger seat, whilst driving the roads of West Cork at about 1,000,000 miles an hour, then bring it on, I say.
Just out of curiosity, what was your first car?
My first, that's a good question. My first car I bought for £102. I bargained him down for 110. And it was a Mazda 323. And it was so rusty, one night I went out to do a calving of a cow, and it was lashing rain, and the windscreen wipers were broken, so I had like newspaper on the passenger seat, and I was like trying to demist the window, and I got a puncture. And I got out, fixed the puncture, took all my kit out of the boot, and then was so annoyed that it was raining that I drove off and left the wheel on the side of the road. Got all the way back, realised I didn't have a wheel, drove back, got the wheel, and I was really annoyed at this point, so I threw it into the boot on top of all my kit, and the car was so rusty the bottom came out of it, and all of my surgery kit fell out over 7 miles of road, and my boss was so tight, he made me go back at 6 o'clock in the morning and pick every bottle up. So there you go, that was my first car.
Well then. Gordon, you're now in a Honda Type R, the Honda Civic Type R. You're a championship leader this year. Things have been going again exactly probably as you would have been hoping for.
Yeah, look, he was right when he said he doesn't know anything about cars, but he actually bought a Mazda 323, wasn't he? He's obviously not joking on that one. But yeah, touring cars going fantastic. We've got this new Civic Type R, which is at the minute going really well. It's just into dealerships this week, and you know, I'm sure we've still got half the season to go. So, you know, I lead just now, but there's no points or prizes for winning at this stage, unfortunately. But I'm sure it'll be all action when, you know, when the action kind of starts again next weekend at Snetterton.
Now, of course, we've got Knock Hill still to come, your home circuit. Do you think that this is going to be a track that the Honda will do well around?
You know, it's weird. You know, for me, I only get a chance to race at home at Knock Hill once a year. But, you know, people sometimes say that it's almost like having a 12th man in a football game. You know, the crowd get so into it and are so close to the action that it just gives you that little bit of a kind of extra bounce. It doesn't give you any more speed, it just gives you a little bit of extra kind of spring in your step. And it's always fantastic to come and race back at home.
Now, Matt, three-time PTCC champion. Are you enjoying yourself here at Carfest?
I'm having a great time. I was just interested in Flash's comment that having a 12th man in at Knock Hill, because I think Scotland need a 12th man in their football team, don't they? Nah, sorry mate, I had to get the brain. I'm absolutely loving it. It's my first, like Jason, it's our first time here at Carfest, because it's always, the calendar's always conflicted, but it's great just to come and relax. You know, we all started off as fans before we got into the sport and make a living out of the sport, so it's great to come and enjoy it and have some music. Bob Geldof a bit last night, which went off a bit of a tangent. But no, it's great. Lovely, relaxing weekend.
Now, I've seen some footage of you on a kid's Honda bike having to go around that track, and it was an interesting sight. Let's put it that way.
Well, for any of you who haven't seen it, Honda are doing my first licence, where I think it's 6 to 11-year-olds can go and under supervision, go and ride a 50cc automatic motorbike, and it's absolutely fantastic. You've got to get in there early to book your slot, but it's yeah, me and Flash obviously road tested the bikes, and I'm not built for things about this big. Well, I'm built for a lot of things, but
it did look like he'd just given birth to the bike, to be fair.
Pink Floyd's drummer Nick Mason is here, everybody. Now, Nick, you love your Ferraris, you're a Ferrari fanatic. So, Chris Evans has a big haul of Ferraris. Are you slightly jealous of that?
Absolutely not. First of all, I think everyone should have at least 7 Ferraris, minimum. I don't think the present government's going to arrange that, but, you know, we'll keep trying. No, I think it's a great thing to share with other people. And I think the more Ferraris, the better.
Now, Ferrari's made a lot of cars over the years. Do you have a favourite?
Yeah, I certainly do. But and oddly, it's not the LaFerrari, which is the latest, greatest one. It's actually a much earlier Ferrari from '63, 250 GTO, which, frankly, is a better amateur's car. I say that with respect to current company. The trouble with modern racing cars is they're now really quite complex, and actually they go so fast that it's quite difficult to stay on top of them. And the great thing about some of the older cars is they're much more forgiving, much easier to run.
Well then, now it's your turn to ask the questions. There's quite a lot of you, so I'm sure we can get a good few amounts of questions out.